If freedom is to survive and prosper, it will require the sacrifice, the effort and the thoughtful attention of every citizen. Let us not emphasize all on which we differ but all we have in common. Let us consider not what we fear separately but what we share together. A man does what he must, in spite of personal consequences, in spite of obstacles and dangers and pressures, and that is the basis of all human morality. The stories of past courage can teach, they can offer hope, they can provide inspiration. But they cannot supply courage itself. For this each man must look into his own soul. United there is little we cannot do in a host of cooperative ventures. Divided there is little we can do, for we dare not meet a powerful challenge at odds and split asunder. If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. My fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. I have said that control of arms is a mission that we undertake particularly for our children and our grandchildren, and that they have no lobby in Washington. If more politicians knew poetry, and more poets knew politics, I am convinced the world would be a little better place in which to live. Change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. Children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. In the Chinese language, the word crisis is composed of two characters, one representing danger and the other, opportunity. We must never forget that art is not a form of propaganda, it is a form of truth. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. This country cannot afford to be materially rich and spiritually poor. A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces but also by the men it honors, the men it remembers. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. We have become more and more not a nation of athletes but a nation of spectators. When I ran for presidency of the United States, I knew that this country faced serious challenges, but I could not realize, nor could any man realize who does not bear the burdens of this office, how heavy and constant would be those burdens. Victory has 100 fathers and defeat is an orphan. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. We must find time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our lives. Forgive your enemies, but never forget their names. The rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened. Conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth.